Hi guys, this is Suzanne HB, Crazy Just Might Work on Instagram, and I'm here today with another tutorial on my lovely friend Sarah's design. This is the simpler version of her open doors design, and I think we just call it open doors variation. We had trouble enough trying to come up with names that weren't taken already. She liked things with butterflies and bows and things like that, but there's so many names out there, so we'll call this the open doors variation. Okay, now this is basically the open doors without the side borders, so it's even simpler. So we might just pretty much get on with it for starters. The looping on this, the laying of the bands on this, Sarah's only 9 years old, by the way, I forgot to mention that if you've been watching my other tutorial. Yeah, she's 9 years old. She's come up with this really cool design. So I'm going to show you two ways that you can actually play with this design. This one here, and one with just the center running down. Okay, you set up your loom. It's only one pin bar, and you just set it up to keep it stable. I've just popped it on a couple of bases. But you set it up actually facing you, which is the opposite direction, with the arrow facing you than you'd normally start with. I'm going to use some Rainbow Loom 600 pack bands again today, and I'm going to use with those, oh excuse me, getting too late, oh sorry for that big yawn. I'm going to use the pearl and the pearl pink and yellow for those, just for something different. Alright, I'm going to use the pearl for the inside and the pink and white for the outside loops. Let's see how that looks. You actually need 2 full looms of this if you want to make it a full wrap, but as it's such a narrow bracelet, you can get away with doing 1 loom and an extension if you would like. Alright, so we'll start our looping. I'll try and keep out of your way with just laying a single chain. But of course we're laying it with this facing you, where you normally be laying it with it facing the opposite direction. And that's the secret of this whole cute design. So you basically just lay that all the way up the loom. Give it a push down. Sarah is very excited about having her very first design on YouTube. Man, it's such a good design. I wish I'd come up with it myself. So as soon as I saw it and she was telling me about it, I said, oh, you've got to show me how to make that, because I think it's original and I think it would make a fantastic design that people would like to use. Alright, so once we've got that laid all the way from top to bottom, we're going to go and drop the colour we're going to use for the open doors part of it onto each peg, like so. You can do this as you go or all in one hit, but again I'll do this the way Sarah showed me how to do it, because she also showed me this variation when she came up with it. Okay, so you lay those on everything but the first and the last peg. We need a cap band, which we'll use that central band colour, like so. And then all we have to do, this is the tricky part, and my bands may fall off if I go to show you any interesting way, but what you do is you go inside the cap band, pull this one forward. That isn't tricky to start with. But in the next one, you need to go inside so actually no, this pass isn't difficult at all, just follow along, just going inside. It's the next pass that's difficult. So you have to make sure you go inside that band, this band that's laying over the top, and grab a hold of that and loop it up inside there and loop it up. So I'm trying to keep out of the way, which is making my hook go at odd angles. Inside the band, hook it up all the way to the top. So basically you're just grabbing that one, which is really obvious, and hooking it up, trying not to flip that off before it gets there. we go, flipping it up, inside there, hook it up, inside here, hook it up, inside here, hook it up, all the way to the very top, and the top one goes all the way up, like so. The second pass is where it gets a little bit tricky. Now that that's attached, I don't have any worries about turning it sideways. So you can get an idea of what it looks like. You've got this loose band there. If you took it off the loom now, it'd all fall apart because this isn't hooked into anything. So our job this time is to actually hook that up to the next one. So this one's going to come through these and up to the next one. Now if you go in and push these bands aside, like so, you can grab that band, whoop, pull it around, and just hook it up to the next one. So all you're really doing is releasing, going inside and releasing it from around that pin. See, it's running around the front of that pin. Now if you want to get it nice and straight, you can, sorry I'm getting in the way of the what I've got my iPad standing on. You can go in this way and grab it like that and pull it back up through, and when you pull it round to release it from the band, it should be straight on the front. So if you actually go in like this, hook it from the bottom, your hook's facing forward, you lift that around off the pin and straight forward. That should give you a straighter look on the front. Okay, so we're going in, grabbing a hold of it from the bottom, hooking it inside those two bands, around and forward. Okay, I'll do that from the top now. So we're going in here, pushing these bands out of the way, getting the very bottom band, lifting that around to release, and then hooking it forward. So in we go again, grabbing that bottom band, lifting it around to release it, and up to the next one. In that bottom end you can go in, as I've done on the other tutorial for the other band, you can go in and push these two aside and grab this one under like that. The only thing is that it gets slightly twisted on the way through, so it depends on the look that you're looking for. If you want it to be as straight as possible, you can go in and grab that band, as I said, and then bring it straight forward like that. So again, in, grabbing that bottom band, lifting it off that peg and moving it forward, grabbing that bottom band. It's a little bit easier to show this, it was hard to show. Oh, I'm not inside that one, need to be inside that one. Need to be inside those open doors bands. Oh. And up to the next one. So either way you do it, it'll look pretty, but this one gives it the straightest look. Gives your band the straightest, I think. And the last one, go in, grab that one, release it from the peg, and up. And that's where we're going to C-clip it, so you can do that now, or you can take it off the loom. I'll just C-clip that now. those bands, all three. And then this can come off. It comes off really easily. Just give it a bit of a stretch. Up and off. And you end up, once you've got little twists out of there, you end up with the cutest little bracelet. How cool is that? And you can do a single chain extension on there. Let's get that pulled down through there. Do a single chain extension. And we've got a lovely little bracelet. Okay, you probably want to wear it that way. That way's up. That's the signature side. So that's very cool. So that is the open doors variation. And then, now if you would like to just have this center part, which ends up looking like a really flat, kind of hook only style design, it's really cute, then all you do is you lay this, just that center chain, and instead of dropping anything over the top, you just don't drop anything over the top, and you just loop the center chain twice, exactly the same way we did through the middle, and you'll end up with this lovely, very, like it's wafer thin kind of design, which would look lovely in some of the thicker bands. I think this one by itself is not as good with the thinner bands, but certainly some of the specialty bands would look quite lovely with this, just with the one peg and no loops on the side. So that's another option for you as well. Such a versatile bracelet made by Sarah, and if this tutorial has been useful for you, whoop, it's bringing away, could you please hit the like button and subscribe, and check me out on Instagram. I'm Crazy Just Might Work on Instagram, and yeah, follow my account if you like my account. I've got things going on there all the time. And if you would like us to see your creations, which would be great, and I will pass everything on through Sarah's mum, who's a good friend of mine, so that Sarah will get to see anything that you've made as well. Could you please tag me on your pics and on your in your comments, and also hashtag Crazy Just Might Work, and if you remember, hashtag Open Doors Bracelet. That would be wonderful. So I look forward to seeing some of your creations. Alright guys, catch you later. Bye.